Hello and welcome back to Serious About Salvage and another video on the channel. So today's video is on the Mini Cooper S, and basically the plan is to get the front end off this car because I have kind of a list that I think covers everything, but I need to make sure that I'm ordering all the parts that I need. So if we get it all stripped down, we can have a proper look then and make sure my list covers everything, because there might be a few hidden bits and pieces in there that I've missed, just from initial inspection. So probably won't be a long video this, if I'm honest, so I don't think it's going to take too long. But what we might do as well is I might throw all the John Cooper Works wheels that we've got on. That way then I can start to shift. Well, I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in buying 3 alloys, but the tyres on the other ones are good, but I'll show you in a minute then properly. So worst case we can sell the tyres, should I say, on eBay. And perhaps someone needs a spare, I don't know. The alloys are probably scrapped, to be fair, they're damaged as well. Well, not damaged, just a curb rash. So yeah, the main plan is to get the front end off. Straight back we can have a good look and an inspection then on what we need to do. So just before we dive into that, just a quick message on Mintec, because a few of you pointed out that it's not called Minitec, it's called Mintec. There's no I after the M-I-N. I didn't even notice it until someone put a comment on the video on Saturday morning saying that I was saying it wrong. So there you go, Mintec, and thanks again. Like I said, they're sorting out a lot of parts on this car and I am going back there for some more shortly. Okay, let's crack on. Yes, Mintec, not Minitec. You guys are very quick to point out things and nothing gets by you, which is good. No problems with that. So, right. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull apart this front end. Now before I start taking cooling systems apart, even though I know 100% that radiator is knackered, I always like to fill the coolant system up just to see if there's any leaks on any of the hoses or anything around the engine, because it's not always obvious, and you don't want to find out after you've built it all back up when you have limited access to these hoses. So I always like to throw some water in it. No need to run it or anything, just have a look, see if there's anything obvious. Obviously, it will leak more when it's pressurised, but we haven't got the luxury of running this car, so we're just going to have to make do with some water in it. That's going everywhere. I'll put that in a funnel in a minute. In fact, let me just put the camera down. I got 2 hands on it. We'll fill it up quickly on camera whilst I'm talking. So we're gonna pull the front end off. We're gonna put the wheels on, John Cooper Works wheels, and so that just run through a little bit of the system. I'm also going to take the battery off because that needs charging, so that's going to come off. We'll leave the bonnet on because if it ends up outside, at least it keeps the rain off the engine. We have a nice leak down here. So that's probably just the end cap or the radiator core. I'm not bothered about that. I'm looking for more, hose related leaks, really. Just to make sure. But no, that's fine. We're going to get the intercooler off and assess whether we think we can repair that. So if any of you guys are alley welders or know of anywhere, looks like it might have a little bit of a twist on that side. But we'll have a good inspection of that. All the top panel off, slam panel, front panel, everyone calls it different things. Headlight brackets this side, although we've got some headlight tabs there, looks okay. This side, it's all bent. But what I did see on eBay, which I missed out on unfortunately, because I've just been on a week's holiday, but prior to going, there was the whole rad pack, front panel, aluminium bottom section, chassis legs, ends, because of alley, and the crash bar with headlight brackets. So basically everything from there and there, all that, even aircon rad, fan, up to here, all that was on eBay for $550 with standard intercooler, which obviously is no good for us, but at $550 it's a good price. But unfortunately I did just miss out on it, and it was for a Cooper S, so I need to have a look out for again something like that, because you start buying all these pieces individually, you know, you're going to rack the bill up high. So you need to really get the complete rad pack with front panel all as one. What else have we got? We got passenger wing, we know about that. Plastic arch is in the boot and it looks okay, so perhaps we'll get away with that. And someone also mentioned perhaps there might be a bit of damage to the strut, but if you see there, that little cutout is to give more clearance for the tyre, because obviously it'll flex over when you're going around corners. So if that's what you're on about, that's a preformed, you know, indentation. Can't see anything else, but again at some point we're going to have a proper visual check of all that again, just to make sure that we have no problems there. So now we've got some water in there. It's definitely down the bottom of the radiator. Let's have a quick look underneath it, if there's any more water dropping anywhere, and there isn't. It's all coming from this corner. I know I haven't filled it up, but you'd had a bit of chance to get round the hoses. So really that's as much as we can really check prior to rebuilding it and pressurising the system. So yeah, okay, so yeah, I think we'll just dive in now and get this front end off, and then we'll have another look at it and see if there's anything that we've missed. Right, so I've had a little look around it, and what I think I'm going to try and do is remove it all as one complete piece, just like the you know, the ones that are available on eBay have been taken apart, and then we can strip it individually if we want to. But I think that's going to be the easiest way to start off with. So I think we need to remove that 10mm bolt. Under here there is two, I think 13mm fixings, something like that. So two there, going to be the same on that side. See that one there? Two there, that bolt. We then want to remove the fixings that hold the aluminium chassis legs in, which are going to be, you know, down there, 19mm, 21mm, something like that. Same on that side. The bottom U-shaped aluminium piece bolts directly into the front of the subframe. Two bolts straight under. That'll come away, and then it's going to be, you know, the hoses and then the electrical connections, and then I think the whole lot will then probably come forwards. I've just disconnected the bonnet cable, so we'll have a go. I'll start removing all them bits and see if it wants to come off. Well, it came apart, not quite in the fashion I expected it to do. It just disintegrated, and well, you'd have seen on the video, it just fell apart. But there's nothing more damage than I expected, really. Not in the... Well, obviously we knew all this was knackered. We'll have a little look at that intercooler in a minute. But I want to just concentrate on this area for now. We'll have a little look round it. So straight off, chassis leg, as I said, absolutely straight. No damage at all to that chassis leg, perfectly straight. Now where most of the impact was, which was round this side of the gearbox, we do have a few broken, plugs and pipes. So we've got this, which I'm going to hazard a guess fixes into the bottom of the plenum inlet manifold. I think I'll have a look on the inlet manifold in a minute, because I've got the other bit with the throttle body in it in the boot. We have this plastic fitting goes in there, goes there. So that's its position. But what goes on top of it? The only other thing I've got is this, which I don't know what it is. Now, I can find out, because it's got a part number. I'll just put that into Google and it'll bring it up, what it's for. But I can't really see a place for it to go at the minute. But we do have a whole host of plugs just hanging about, because obviously, like I said, we've got the whole throttle body off. Airbox isn't in. My airflow meter's not in. This big plug's for your fan on the front panel. We've also got a bit of damage to that plug there, although it's still plugged in. And I think that's it. We've got this plug, but I don't think there's any other damage other than them few bits. There's nothing really up with the gearbox at all. No damage to the oil filter housing or the sump. And this side didn't really get hit. It was all from like here to the right. So I've had a little scan over it all and it all looks okay. Now we do need to take this inlet manifold off, but I don't want to tackle that until I've got the new ones put straight back on. So, it's an easy exchange then. If you take it off and wait a few days, I start to forget things. So I like to do things that are pretty simple, like the front ends. They're all pretty much the same, bolt on and off. But when you get a bit more, engine specific, I like to do them as a straight off and on to remember. So I had a quick look under here whilst I was looking around, and it's a bit of a weird one this. We have a spanner. So I got ourselves a free spanner, 22mm. Not too sure what they've been using that for, but their loss is my gain. But also, there's a couple of plugs here that don't appear to have anything to plug into. Now I don't know if they should plug into something. So again, I'm going to have a Google on that one. Now obviously the car does run like a pig, but that's because we've no airflow meter and there's a massive hole in the inlet manifold. So it's getting unmetered air and doesn't know how to cope with it basically. But they are a puzzle, because it would appear that this car did have more modifications on it than it came with, because I suspect they've taken an aftermarket airbox out, you know, hastily, before it went to the auction, should we say, before it was collected by Salvage or whatever, whoever collected it. I think they've taken that airbox out because, you know, this has been undone. You know, that's not happened in a crash. That's been undone, and the airflow meter's gone with it. You'd have some reminiscence of airbox in there, wouldn't you? All bits of it all over the place. So I think that's been taken off. Perhaps there was something they had in here. I don't know what should be there. If any of you guys do, then let me know. Nothing wrong with coils. I also noticed the other day that the rear lights aren't screwed in, like at all. So I think they had some aftermarket rear lights in. Maybe you know, the ones with the Great Britain flag in them. Maybe that was what they had in, and they've replaced them back with the originals. I've got the chrome trim. It's in the boot. But again, this one, you know, so they've sorted them out quickly before it's gone. They probably had off with the badge as well, because apparently they're worth a bit of money, them. Someone quoted £70 or something for a badge. So yeah, it looks like they've taken off the easy stuff they could, but obviously like the interior and the brakes, probably didn't have enough time to get them off before someone come for the car, so they've stayed. So I think I'm pretty happy with that. I need to take off these legs, but the bolts are so tight, ridiculous really, and I was sweating, so I will get them off before we, you know, do the next video for the front end replacement or whatever the video's on. And again, this side as well. This side needs to come off. That boost pipe looks to be okay. This other one I did notice already. Yeah, it's got a big hole in it there, so that will need replacing. It was on the other kit that I saw on eBay. And then the radiators, they're both knackered. The radiator's got a massive hole in the bottom of it. Is it there? No. It's there. Big hole on the bottom. Aircon rad. No gas in that. Fan's dead. So brings us on to this intercooler, which weighs a ton. I'll be honest, it absolutely weighs a ton. And looking down it, I hope that shows up on camera, but it does have a twist on it, which I'm presuming is from the impact. So perhaps that's a goner. 2018. Doubt the warranty's going to stand on this one anymore. Made and checked by Daniel Burr, 13th of March 2018, one day after my birthday, that. So yeah, I'm thinking that's probably toast, but let me know what you think about that, if any of you guys specialise in this kind of stuff. So I didn't really want to have to buy another one at £400 or £500, but if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. Anything else to say? Don't know. Various bits of broken plastic ducting and stuff, but radiator pipes look fine. Like I said, no other substantial damage on the front. So yeah, really reasonably happy. I don't think there's going to be any massive issues with this. We've got this one here as well. I'm guessing again that goes on to the throttle body. Let's grab it and have a quick look. Surprised the boot's still open. Bit of wheel. Where are you, throttle body? Oh. Where did I put it? Perhaps I put it in the car. Sorry if this isn't making for great recording. I can always delete it. Got it. So this is the throttle body, and it goes there. Okay, so that gets rid of that one. That goes in there. That one is the broken one off there. And that's the plug. Okay. So that's that. Oh yeah, I drove it in without a throttle body on. No wonder it wouldn't rev. So that's that. So that doesn't... See, there's something... What's that? Ah, that's that, isn't it? So that... It's going to be that. Yeah, that's that. So it's air intake temp, I'd guess. Okay, so that's that. So what have we got left then? That we don't know. We know that, we know that, we know that, we know that. So it's just what that thing is. Where's the piece gone? What to do with the piece? This. So it's what's that for? What's that do? Can't get it on now. There. What's that do on there? Is it just like a breather pipe for the flywheel? Or does something go on it? Don't know, I'll have to have a look at that. So that's the only thing really. It's a mystery. Oh, and yeah, also, I did notice 2 wires there. And 3 wires there. With no home. So again, they're gonna have to be sussed out. You know, worst case, scanning the computer, the car will tell us or point us in the right direction for them at a later date. Because I don't think there's anything missing back here. No, anyway, right. I'm waffling on. And I'm sure you're all getting bored now. So, yeah, I think, like I said, I think I'll just throw these wheels on. And then we'll call it a day at that. We've got to the point where I wanted to get to. I can get the rest of the parts now ordered up for this. Or at least some of the parts. And then can do another video on it and start putting it back together. And hopefully we can get it running with its new cooling system on and up to temp, and make sure, you know, there's no issues there. Drive it around a bit. Okay, right, I'll throw these wheels on. I'll show you that quickly, and then we'll call it a day, I think. Right, I told a lie. I'm not putting the wheels on. Reason being is because we've got these crappy aftermarket wheel bolts, and I don't like them. So they're going to end up coming straight back off anyway. To change the bolts, so we'll do it all in one go, because I've got them wheel bolts at Mintec, waiting for me when I go for the inlet manifold and things. So we'll leave that and do it in the next one. And then I'm only putting them on once. Although they do need refurbing. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave until next time. Right guys, so that's going to be it for this video. Good progress on the Mini, quite happy with that. But now before we go, I just want to have a little talk to you about, you know, what's going on behind the scenes. Now we recently changed our name to Serious About Salvage, and it's quite fitting that because I'm going to start taking things a lot more serious from now on in terms of how this all runs, because, you know, with the COVID situation, my other company, which I'm not too sure how many of you know about, but I have a little company with just a couple of guys, and we subcontract installing lifts. Now that's been completely shut for well, since the beginning of March pretty much. No real signs of it starting right now, but perhaps next month slowly. So I've had no income really for the best part of 4 months. March, May, June, July, best part of 5 months. So this has kind of taken over with my majority of my time, and the situation with the unit and stuff, obviously I know I get a lot of grief from you guys about it, and it's done us great for what we've been using it for, and I did have a lot of plans for it, getting the proper shutter door on and, you know, waiting for the owner's new unit to be built and whatnot. But I think we're going to be moving now. The new unit that's being built, or being built, it would appear we might be going into ourselves. Now obviously this is a massive commitment from me, financially for one, and, you know, I need to make sure this works otherwise, because at the moment it's me that's funding this system, do you know what I mean? Obviously the cars, whatever I make out of them helps, but the time I put into this stuff is, you know, I could earn far more money with that time, put it that way. But I enjoy it, and this is what I want to do. So I need to, you know, get a bit more productive and make this work financially, because the money for the new unit is substantially more than this one. Although the new unit is a brand new unit, purpose built, you know, we can probably get a ramp in there. It's going to be so much better for you guys. The videos should be far better quality, and I hope that, you know, translates into a more enjoyable experience for you guys. But that does come out of cost, like I said, and that's down to me. But there is ways you guys can help, you know, in terms of social media, putting the word out about this channel, growing it, making it grow faster, so that YouTube revenue basically increases, which will help to cover the costs of the new unit. And I want to get a new GoPro, the new GoPro 8, I want to get a wireless mic, I want to get a ramp, I want to get a load more tools. You know, I really want to, you know, have a go at this, and I think the cars are starting to improve. We've got the almost brand new Polo GTI, we've got the Cooper S with the John Cooper workspace we're working on. So the cars are getting there, and they'll continue. We're going to continue buying nice stuff and repairing it, but I am also going to have to buy the odd few cars like I did with the black Monte Carlo, just with the purpose of shifting it and making, you know, a little bit of money on it, because I need to make the truck work more than it is. You know, the truck being sat there getting used once a month, it's the insurance, you know, it's all that kind of stuff, and it's not paying for itself just doing the bits and pieces that I do. So I'm probably going to put that out there and perhaps do a little bit of recovery work or collection and delivery in the local areas of vehicles to try and get, you know, a bit more income coming through. But yeah, I thought I should let you know, because I get a lot of people asking me when I'm going to sort out my little stream and that not. And obviously that's all been put on a back burner now, because the plan is to shift over to the new one. It's not ready yet. It's a bit of work to go on it, so don't expect anything overnight. But, you know, you guys are the reason this channel exists, and I only felt right for you guys to know about what's happening. So like I said, if you can, please do, you know, share this video, share this channel on social media, put the word out there as much as possible, so we can try and make this channel grow a bit more, get a bit more, you know, ad revenue. It all translates into better videos for you guys. It's as simple as that, and better cars. So the more you guys do, the better stuff I can produce for you, if that makes sense. I might even try a bit of merchandise maybe if that's what you guys would be interested in. I've touched on the Patreon system before now, and I'm not too sure. I might just create it, put a link in, you know, and if anyone wants to, it's their choice. I'm not the kind of person who will give perks to someone who gives me money. You know, I'm just the same with absolutely anyone, regardless. You give me money or you don't. Do you know what I mean? I don't expect anything, so I'll probably do it. Put it down in the description of the videos, and it's your choice if you want to contribute to all this that's going on. You don't have to. Don't expect it. And like I said, there won't be any perks for it. Anyone can contact me, and I'm as helpful as I am with, you know, anyone, regardless of whether I know them or whatnot. So I think that's about it, really. So yeah, I think that's probably it. But like I said, if you guys can, you know, try and share this channel, this video, as much as possible on any social media, Facebook, Instagram, you know, Twitter. There's sites out there dedicated for promoting YouTube videos, like some subreddits with some incredibly massive following. You know, some of them subreddits, the amount of subscribers to them is phenomenal, like millions. But being able to post a video on there is very difficult. You've got to meet a lot of criteria, and I've tried in the past. But if any of you guys can actually put videos on there, don't break any rules on these sites by any means. Obviously, don't spam my channel, because obviously it reflects on me. But if you can, as much as possible, push the channel out by any means you can. It all helps towards, you know, what we're aiming for, basically, which is better cars, better content, better video quality for you guys. I'm going to get some branded clothing for myself to wear whilst on the videos, so I look a little bit more professional. Like I said, the idea is to get in the new unit, get a proper 2-post ramp, some proper chest of tools, you know, the benches, the whole lot, get a big banner on the wall maybe of Serious About Salvage and the logo, and do it properly, you know, because I enjoy doing this a lot, I really do, but I've got to make it, you know, support me and my family, which is the most important thing for me, you know, alongside creating, well, cars is my passion. I'm sure you guys can see that. It is my passion, and I really enjoy doing it. I've just got to try and balance it with, you know, what I have to do to make money for my family and my bills. Simple as that. I hope that's not come across in the wrong way or anything. I don't, like I said, I don't expect anything from anyone who watches my videos. But if you can do anything, then to promote it in the free means of YouTube, you know, and then other bits, not YouTube, sorry, your own Facebook, them kind of bits, I'd be, obviously, like I said, massively grateful. So I'm going to leave it there. I always blabber on, I get told off for it a lot. But yeah, good news, isn't it? New unit possibly. Get ourselves a bit more lighting, a lot more room, a lot more cars, better quality for you guys, like I said. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you do like these videos, do please consider subscribing to the channel. Big thumbs up always helps, and press that bell notification to be notified of all future videos as soon as they get uploaded. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.